smiles.
What's up, everybody? So, congratulations to all of y'all. You did a great podcast last week. I was not here.
You were waving to us.
I was making faces and cleaning,
and our sound wasn't working.
It was okay though. No, you guys did really good.
You took a photo, didn't you?
Yeah, I posted it on social media while you guys were filming the podcast. I was like, you're not gonna want to miss this one. And then I had the moment of crap. What if they blow it? And I said this is great. I'm like, this great podcast. It's gonna be awesome. And then I'm like, oh shoot. But no, you guys did great. It was really good. So I hope you all listen to it. If you haven't yet, go check out last week's and follow, subscribe, and all the good stuff. But we're excited for the third Sunday in ordinary time because the church likes to celebrate ordinary things, right, Father?
Let's not revisit this.
It's named after the ordinal numbers versus the cardinal numbers. And I'm sorry, and I'm still confused. I know everything says in ordinary time, but I swear I grew up saying of ordinary time. I'm struggling with that.
Oh, okay. I mean, I'm good either. I'm good either way.
It's the third Sunday of ordinary. No, it's in. I don't know. Everything says in.
Right. In ordinary
All
time.
of our stuff that we have says in.
In.
When I first started sacristining tanning in St. Mary's, I started doing everything of because I swear that's how it was. And then Father Pierre was like, it's in. And I was like, oh.
Well, it's
very interesting.
That's in el tiempo ordinario. I guess it makes sense. I don't know Spanish, but
yeah.
So anyway,
very good. Anyhow. But this Sunday, the theme is Jesus calling the fishermen apostles, because there's different kinds. The apostles did different things, but the 4 fishermen, come follow me, and I will make you fishers of men.
Right.
Also women.
Thank you.
It's generic men
and Sarah's.
It's the generic men.
Yeah, absolutely.
Humanity.
Humanity.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Humanity men.
Exactly. So very good. Also, this is big and this is exciting because we actually haven't talked about this page.
I don't even know what's going on right
in
now.
Months.
Oh yes, the changes.
Changes. There's actually a change on the first page. So be sure to check it out. Our office on Sunday has been open from 8 to 12:30 every Sunday. And it still will be in a sense, but instead of being in the office, because we're starting up kind of a youth ministry thing on Sunday morning, we have all these different things going on. So
plus
we are going
to go outside to get to the office.
Exactly.
And it's negative 17 degrees here in Erie.
Reminds me of home.
Yes.
Yes, Minnesota. Anyway, whatever. But from now on, we'll still be around, but our primary sort of location that you can find us, I got a thumbs up on the screen there. I don't know why. But the primary, I didn't do that though. I just went like this. Oh, anyway. But the primary place that you will find us is at the welcome kiosk, welcome desk. What do we call it?
The welcome desk.
The welcome desk. You will find
we're all welcome here.
Exactly. You'll find us at the welcome desk. It's back here in the middle of the church, right outside, right in front of the vestibule, in the back of church.
The welcome kiosk
on the east
desk.
side.
You can't.
White.
You can't miss it. You can't miss it.
Table.
So if you need anything, we'll have computers there. We'll be ready to help you.
They're Chromebooks.
Well, yes. Sorry. For those of you who don't specify specificity, whatever.
Some sort of technology.
Yeah, it'll be there. We're there to help you. So it'll be fantastic. But that is there.
So anyway,
just
the
keep
reason
that in
this
mind.
page is here, we have that's important. Also, I think we have to shout out to Maria and Nancy. Their prayer line ministry kind of got dropped out of the bulletin for a few weeks when we were going through the holiday schedule. I think we just, so we put them on the keep me together page. So
the prayers didn't stop. Thank you to Nancy and Marie and all of the prayer.
But their poor little their names and numbers.
Yeah.
And I don't remember seeing this in the last couple, but the nice little note about scheduling for the sacrament of either baptism or marriage to go check out the site and to fill out the form that's online at St. Jude, spelled out Saint .church.
You can also, I just checked that too. We have our confirmation page because we have kind of 4 sacraments listed on there, but also reconciliation, First Communion, those things too. We're taking kind of registrations for those as well. So basically, any sacrament that you need, you can register for.
Perfect.
So we know.
Very good.
Giving was a little low last week. I guess I'll point that out because it was cold and everybody stayed in bed.
That's probably actually exactly what happened.
Because it was cold.
Yeah.
So
you
massive
wrote something
attendance.
though. You added something because we always have the thank you for your kind donations or your generosity or
Mhm.
whatever we usually write. But you added something there. You want to explain?
Oh yeah.
Explain that. That's pretty big. I mean,
CSA.
it's understated, but we'll highlight it here.
Just kind of a first little teaser.
Yes.
What is that? CSA and CSA Plus starts next month. CSA is the Catholic Services Appeal, and here at St. Jude we are launching an inaugural program called CSA Plus.
What?
Yeah, and kind of working on the logo right now. We're the only parish doing it because I couldn't convince anybody else how amazing it is.
Well,
so
next year,
next
year, everyone will.
Well, no, we're gonna charge them for the idea next year. We'll be like,
absolutely.
no, sorry, we
CSA
copywrote
plus
that.
TM.
Yeah,
Copyright.
Yep. Sorry, guys. This is not where we rename the whole program, but basically, we're inviting givers, new givers, and people to increase their giving with CSA. The beauty of the CSA is that we always meet our goal here at St. Jude, and we have enough to do our project. So every new giver, every extra dollar that we get, we can actually use here in the parish 100%.
Beautiful.
And that doesn't usually happen with most funds. There's a tax on things, So this is kind of a great way for us as a parish to grow, some funding to do ministry.
Wonderful.
Yeah, because we do a lot, and it's a great way to, like I said, we don't get taxed by the diocese by the canon law rights that the diocese has. So it's beautiful.
Also, just keep coming back and watching the podcast, because in the weeks to come, as we approach this, we'll start revealing a little bit more details about what our CSA funds will be used for in the upcoming year. Last year, we did this awesome studio, the youth room downstairs, a couple of the apartments over in the rectory. We did the founders room, Guadalupe room. Quick note about the Guadalupe room. Last Sunday, we had someone say something to a younger couple. They were going into the Guadalupe room, or the door was locked because it's not open typically. And I asked, is everything okay? And someone said something to them about their child being too distracting. They wouldn't tell me who it was, but that just shout out to everybody. Father has made it very clear it's okay if there's noise, like little noises of children in church.
Yeah, we want your kid in church.
So,
and seriously, if you can't handle them, just bring them up to the altar. Deacon Dick and I, we can babysit.
Yeah, hang out.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
most
So anyway,
most of the mass we're not doing.
just a
anything.
shout out, parents
First
and
half.
kids and every parishioner. You are loved and welcomed here, but focus on the Eucharist. Don't worry about other people. That's my little PSA there. Or
Lovely.
else, or the parish support minister will find you.
So in other news, so there's
Speaking of family.
yeah,
Yes.
go for it.
Hey, good transition, Sarah.
Yeah, so there's the family weekly reflections, and there's a faith focus, but I'm liking the family activity. It says make or use a drawing of a large gift box, in turn have each family member put his or her name on the gift box, or if they're too young to do that, write it for them, along with the unique gift God has given to them. As the drawing is passed along, each person should also add a gift they recognize. Each of the family members having circulate the drawing until everyone has affirmed a God-given gift with each family member. So that little noise that those babies are making, or the movement that those children are making, that's a gift. I mean, that they're moving and whatnot, for all the children that can't do that or are suffering with something, or dealing with something. So
For sure.
those are all gifts, and we bring those all to God.
This week, that family reflection thing actually is coming from the handout that the kids are getting at our children's liturgy at 10:30. I was reading through it. I was like, these two things are awesome. So it could be a great conversation starter, especially if you attend the 10:30 mass and your kids go there, and that piece of paper gets all crumpled up, in the back of your car, as mine does sometimes. It could be a great little. You could ask your child, what did you learn, because it's in the bulletin.
Well, and then that too, there's an extra part with that we're handing out with those every week that can be taken from the Flock Note library. It's Holy Heroes. So we're putting it with the children's liturgy stuff, but if you wanted to see it online, that way that it is there. So we're just trying to get you to realize how beneficial Flock Note Sunday is when we come up to that.
We do need to make sure the kids who are going to children's liturgies, parents, are on Flock Note in the Sunday celebration for Children's Liturgy of the Word
For sure.
Okay,
group.
That's a good idea.
Because then whether they're there or not, we can send out stuff like
Yeah.
at 10:30.
Yeah,
you
that's a
know,
good
we can
point.
pre-program that. So that'll be
Especially,
great.
then if a kid misses, you can still have the formation.
You still have,
It's a great
and you'll have
idea.
access to it then for follow-up too. So just remind me, we got to maybe make them sign into a group or something.
Okay.
But this is perfect
Two
timing.
for two for Sarah on segues today.
Yeah, we're just
Segue
also
Sarah.
segues in.
All right, here we
Segue
go.
Sarah. And also just the ideas. These are good. We do have Flock Note Sunday coming up. It's not this weekend, but next weekend. Though if you bring your phone to church, you will find now in the pew little plastic holders, the old-fashioned kind of envelope holders, have now been equipped with QR codes as well as tap information. So you can, if you have a super smartphone, you can just tap it. And if you need to use the camera feature, you can scan things. In the pew, we'll take you to our mobile site, and some of this other stuff takes you more direct to Flocknote. But, it is safe to scan QR codes on our pews and in our bulletin. I know there's a lot of warnings about ones, but those are the ones you find out kind of in public. So all of our stuff is secure here, but some people do put fake ones on top of something. So it's like if you ever go to an ATM, they teach you now to be safe at an ATM, make sure nothing looks like there was anything added. If you see a poster with the QR code and there's like a sticker over the QR code, maybe don't scan that one. You know what I mean? Now ours in the pews are actual stickers, but they have the metal thing. So anyway, we'll demonstrate that over the next couple weeks, but you can get ahead here and you can see Uno there on his cell phone trying to send a text message.
And
We know the sheep.
And we circle back to the upcoming events for next week. Mom's group
Yeah.
is Monday. Faith Formation has class the next Tuesday. Wednesday is always a full day around here with mass, fellowship, Bible study, school mass, celebrate recovery. And
then-
also our homeless shelter,
Yeah.
homeless swarming shelter begins next Wednesday. If you've signed up, thank you. Donations are still being accepted in the parish office. So any travel size items or clothing or whatever you want to donate that way, we'll get over to them. The staff is actually volunteering a morning over at the warming shelter.
Yeah, we're doing
also.
a breakfast.
Yeah.
And remember, it's new or gently used clothing, we're
super gentle.
yeah. So
Yes.
please do not bring us your, same underwear that you've had for 10 years and think we're going to recycle that. We're not upcycling that
Yeah,
for the
we won't
homeless.
give that to the poor.
No,
No.
no, thanks. So sorry to jump around. So then we do have the search. So why don't you guys talk? Nick and Tim are leading a youth group style Sunday school type thing for some of our teens. Yeah, I would say even arguably, if you had some young adults even that might want to come. We're kind of doing it in between the masses. So it's around the 9:00 mass time. So you could come to the 7:30 or you could go to the 10:30 afterwards, kind of in between there, just as a way to try something on Sunday morning for now. We'll see how it goes. The program is not like we have to do it those weeks. So I know we didn't have a huge success the first week, but I think maybe as people hear about it, they might be interested in coming. And so this is a specific program that just kind of runs for a few weeks. Do you guys want to talk about that so people know maybe what it's about?
Who's going? You or me?
Yeah, I've talked
Wow,
about it already. It's
somebody's at a loss for words.
So
No,
yeah,
just being kind.
the search is something that you would find on Formed. It's created through Ascension and the Augustine Institute. And they've done a great job, but it's a seven-part video series to answer the massive questions about the faith, right? And so then that leads into discussion, so on and so forth, to where those from, I think you said it best, Father, from like 9th grade to even, I would comfortably say, freshmen in college, to have a genuine discussion that can go as deep as you are willing to be vulnerable to answer those questions based on the video and based off of what Tim and I we'll kind of guide.
And there's a journal, I think, right?
Yeah,
If
so I
you-
was
if you
about
sign up
to
and
say. So
come
if
or
you
just-
don't,
yeah.
if you're not interested in sharing all of your thoughts, because sometimes when you hit the deeper questions, you can have things that you don't necessarily want to reveal to other people. So you can journal those things; those will be provided for you. But especially the youth that we've encountered at Faith Formation and at different things, have expressed both to Nick and myself that they would like to go a little bit deeper than some of the stuff that we're able to address at Faith Formation. So if your youth is one of those people, or youth, if you're watching, if you're one of those people, this is the time to do that. So it was asked for, so this is why we're providing it. So please come take advantage of that so that you can do what you've asked for, which is to go a little bit deeper. So it's not intense, it's not hard, but it will just address some of those things that are for someone who wants to take a deep dive into
and put a little more time into some of these
Exactly.
things, especially on
Yeah.
a Sunday morning. We thought, why not? And I believe you can get a snack and stuff while you're there and all those good
Yeah,
things.
absolutely.
So, I mean, I know you put some quotes. We had a little bit of filler space this week
Yeah.
just because we were trying to work ahead. So
Well, we
put some
had
of the upcoming saints.
We had a ton. So usually during the week, we'll maybe have, what would you say, 1 or 2
Yeah, you never
memorials.
know,
Usually
right?
it depends.
Yeah.
This week it's like every day. There is a memorial for a saint, remembering them, asking for their intercession. So I just noticed that, and so just put a few quotes from some of the saints that will be remembered this upcoming week. So just want to encourage people, if you don't spend much time researching or learning about the saints, just encourage you to do that. It's not a mandatory thing, but they will pray for you. They are our brothers and sisters in heaven. My favorite one of all of the quote of the 4 quotes that I put on here is the one from St. Francis de Sales, which was, you learn to speak by speaking, to study by studying, to run by running, to work by working, and just so you learn to love by loving. All those who think to learn in any other way deceive themselves. And I was thinking about our theme of mission statement of revealing Jesus, and it's the same thing. You learn to reveal Jesus by revealing Jesus. You don't just suddenly learn to share your faith like all of a sudden. It just, you keep doing it and you get better at it, like anything else. So keep up the good work, people. Yeah, it's good stuff.
Yeah. On our back page, we do a few things. Obviously, we talk about the homeless overflow shelter, which I think this particular ministry has more titles than God has titles, because like everybody calls it something different. Some people call it the warming shelter. Some people call it the overflow shelter. Some people call it the homeless thing. And then there's like, well, is it St. Patrick's Haven?
Yeah.
Is it St. this whatever? I'm like, listen, yes, it's the thing we do in winter for the homeless. So whatever people call it. But I think it has different people call it different names over the years. I think we call it more of like the overflow shelter, the homeless, but some people call it warming shelter. Anyway, there's all kinds of names. The sisters, different people have been involved over the years. It's, has great stuff. Anyway, it's the same thing. We're still doing it here.
Yep.
And we need as much support with that as too. So, I mean, you can time, talent, and treasure. We'll take donations to purchase the things that we don't get donated. Sometimes that's easier in a sense too, because then we can get exactly what the guys need who are there. And honestly, we have so many people, especially look at us, we're walking into like the coldest part of the year. Yeah. Things are pretty rough. So, the food and everything that we're doing is great. So I know we talked about that. Colleen is doing our visitation team. Some of you emailed her before I even had her email set up with her. So they bounced back. So I think we took care of all that.
Yeah.
But they were just so ready to jump on that. So that was awesome. So it's a little hard to read. It's a little small, but I think you can kind of see what's going on there, visiting some people. And again, she's got one of our St. Jude emails, which is always just our first name at stjude.church. You talk about Mom's Group. Lent U is starting in Lent, our Lent University, where we dive deep in terms of different service projects, learning opportunities, prayer opportunities, just different ways for you to kind of be part of the university and part of the universal church. So the idea that all these different things tie us to the one, right? The word university literally reminds us of the one. So kind of brings us together and unites us in a lot of ways. More information will be out probably by next week. I think we have most things finalized.
I was gonna say we had an extra staff meeting last night, and one of the main topics of it, as we were planning throughout the year, was Lent U and everything that's going on. And
planning.
It was a huge list. Yeah. I was like, wow, like I don't know if you could actually do all the things on the list. Like there's a lot happening. It's very exciting.
You can't, because 2 of the things are the men's conference and the women's conference. Yeah. So if you're getting your like bingo card out and you're like, darn
volunteer for the women's conference, gentlemen, to serve, and then there you go.
We'll put everything. A conference, on your bingo card. But yeah, you can do quite a
Lent U bingo. That would actually be awesome.
It could be fun. Yeah.
For real, that would be fun.
Who knows? Maybe that's one of the other things we're doing.
Last thing for fun is Catholic Heart Work Camp. If you're interested, we've been talking to a bunch of people. A bunch of people have expressed interest in it. Now's the time to make that commitment. So if you would like to come to Catholic Heart Work Camp, you need to sign up. And to do that, you can just give Nick or myself a call or email us.
Yep.
That's about it.
And we might have some people in the community that want to maybe sponsor Catholic Heart Work Camp, because there is a cost involved, I believe.
Absolutely.
Yep.
So, if you're interested, you want to support a youth to go to Catholic Heart Work Camp, please feel free to also reach out to Nick and Tim, and we can, help you with the donation.
If you do decide to sponsor a youth or the group, whatever, going, we we celebrate Mass, during
every
the
day.
week, every
Definitely pray
day.
for you, yeah.
We will offer your intentions up every day. Catholic Heart Work Camp is exactly what it sounds like. There's a lot of work and service to be done, and you can offer that up as well. So if you do that, it will come back to you in grace. So just know that.
So we're just 17 cents a day. You can sponsor.
We
you.
will sponsor.
So cue the sad music,
Oh.
Diana. So does anybody else have? This is a pretty short week.
Yeah.
Ordinary time, moving right along.
It's a short week, but we made the bulletin very fulfilling today.
Oh, we did. It was a good thing. I'm just shout out to you for those segues, and for Diana, wonderful job setting up the studio
Especially
today.
fixing the sound.
Working.
issues.
I mean, she was working hard on getting the microphones in order.
Yeah, we got to teach about some dusting, though.
There's
Well,
that.
you know what? You can't do it all.
I mean,
That's right.
Diana comes pretty close, though, so thanks, Diana. All right. Again, follow, share, subscribe, do all the things. We appreciate it. Know of our prayers for you. If you have any prayer intentions, let us know. We'd love to pray for you specifically. And we're here for you, and God bless.
Have a great week.